and then we'll get to the next session. Tell me, how will you handle conflicts between the Guild government and university administration? Just in 1 minute.
The first thing is to give fair hearing. Even in the constitution of Uganda, there's right to fair hearing. Because first, sometimes the students will be right and the Guild government will be right when the admin is wrong. But also,
how will you handle it?
Fair hearing.
Pius, my colleague asked you a very interesting question. I think this is a common thing that happens almost all the time, yes? Conflict between the administration and the Guild is something that keeps happening. Why? Because sometimes the administration is having a different interest, then the Guild has a different interest. Now they have asked you, how would you handle that issue? And you've said fair hearing. Now, I am concerned, I'm just concerned, because for a fair hearing to happen, there must be an independent party, yes? So I am wondering, in a situation where there is a Guild, and then there is the administration, who is going to ensure the fair hearing happens at the end of the day?
First, the Guild president as the head of executive and of the Guild must first hear fairly from the Guild executive why they are complaining. Two, the administration give their part. Now, the highest organ of the university is the university council that make all decisions. That simply means, after fair hearing, the Guild president have the power to go to the university council and say there is a conflict that needs to be handled.
All right, please. Same question?
Yeah, same question.
All right, thank you so much, moderator. As a matter of fact, conflicts within administration always arise in day-to-day running of activities. But whenever you're handling a problem, first of all, understand what is this kind of problem am I handling and what is its root cause. May find a problem is just due to conflicts, or may find the problem arises, for example, a policy is being impacted on the students of, for example, Gulu University. So the solution to the various conflicts will vary according to the kinds of problem that are being arising at that particular moment. Set an example. Recently here, there was a conflict between the administration and the 24th Guild government, whereby the administration brought a policy of implementing the e-election. They brought it on the very last stage of that policy. For example, it was brought to the council just to approve and test whether it is right to be implemented. Okay. So how did such a let me finalize, please.
All right, in 10 seconds.
Yes. So in such a circumstance, you have to first of all sit down and understand that this is the problem at hand and listen to your various submissions and come to a consensus. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's have Deacons.
This university comprises of two parties. One, the students. Two, the administration. All of us, we are too much important. When the issue arises, we are going to get back to students, because a goal is to serve the interests of the students. We are going to get back to students and find out what students need. And we get back to administration. And then we shall bring the interests together and sit on a round table to ensure that all teams are established and all teams get a better, fair hearing.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Please don't do that. Let's listen to Aziz, please. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The question was on the aspect of when conflict rises between administration and the guild, what happens? The procedure is clear. You don't go direct to the council, okay? As a representative of students, once conflict arises, you first deal with the dean of students, okay? Then you proceed from there. You can go to the VC, then finally you can go to the council, okay? For example, right now we have a problem with the allowance of medical internees, internship, okay? Medical students. What happened is that by July, government is
Realize that you have 1 minute?
I'm trying to give the process. What I would have done, what I would have done.
20 seconds.
It's okay. It's okay. What I'm trying to give the process. What I would have done in case where conflict arises between students and the administration. Okay. Now, as I'm saying, in July, there's a policy to be passed that they are going to scrap the allowance of medical students. And this has not sat well with the students of Gulu University. What will I do in the first place? The first thing, I would like to carry out a survey and establish the number of students who are affected, how they are affected. And after carrying that survey, then I approach the ARA. I'm giving you I approach the ARA.
I gave you a minute. So pass the mic to...
After, can I finish?
No, pass the mic to him.
Thank you so much, moderator. I want to bring
You have
just
1 minute,
clear.
please. Do it in 1 minute. Go ahead.
Mr. Moderator, we need privilege.
Order.
Hello.
Please. Cheers at the end, not during or before presentation. Please, at the end. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, in management, there are procedures of handling conflicts. And when you are handling conflicts, you need to follow those procedures. And one of the procedure or step in handling conflict, it will depend on the situation. One of the step is negotiation. And I can tell you, I'm one of the good negotiators. And when you are dealing with the top management, we engage them in negotiation. We plead with them that this is a challenge that we are facing as students of Gulu University. And we engage them. We explain to them that this is the best way we can do so that we handle this situation.
Thank you.
That of course the strike, analyze it, and go with it to the administration to demand for the fair hearing and justice to every student.
Thank you. To Mr. Man.
All right, thank you so much. The Constitution mandates people to have peaceful demonstrations. If such an instance happens within the university, first of all, if students are really pushed to the wall, they have to team up and come together for a noble cause. As a leader who is mandated by the very students, I will have to stand with them and we peacefully demonstrate and go to the administration that this is what we need to hear from you, and I very much assure you that administration will have to listen to us, but it must be a peaceful demonstration. Thank you so much.
Under Article 2, under Article 32I, under Article 32I of the Guild Constitution, the Guild President have the power to call for any emergency meeting in case there is chaos in the university. That therefore simply means, in case there is a protest, the Guild President need to call the people and find out why the people are protesting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, moderator. The question you've asked is not like we have not been in that situation before. For those of us who can still remember, I would like to refresh our memories. During the 23rd government, we had what was called Black Monday. That was poorly handled by the Guild government of the day. Simply what the students were asking, that the tuition policy by then was so harsh. What we wanted for the Guild president just to talk on our behalf, that's all we wanted. So what I will do, I will listen to the demand of the protesters and take it ahead. And that is all what I will do in case of a protest. Thank you so much.
Okay. I promise I want to interject. Give it to the next person.
Thank you so much, moderator. It is a very good question. I'm someone who does not believe in protests. And before any situation reach to the point that students to the point of protest. As a leader, what have you done before the situation reached there? Now we have had a previous experience. Now Fred Gidega is ready to bring a situation where we don't want to have a protest in the university. Because the repercussion of the protest, we can say peaceful demonstration, what will be the repercussion after? But I'm here to amplify the voice of students without any chaos in the university. And my leadership will not bring any chaos in the university. I don't believe in protest, and it will never happen in my leadership.
Thank you. I'm going to be more strict on time now. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to be more strict on time. 1 minute to the dot.
Because this is our money. We cannot sit down, just listen to them, the delaying process. We need to engage them. Then secondly, a guild president has power to lobby resources. Guild president has the capacity to lobby resources from outside for any given activities. For cite an example, the 24th guild government, they have lobby resources from Takataka Plastic and Tax Tech 2.0 to sponsor sexual harassment campaign. So, the guild president have a power to do a lobbying to facilitate or support the budget of the guild. Therefore, I'm ready and I have the capacity to lobby for resources outside to support the guild projects and the activities of the guild so that we deliver the service to the student of the university.
All right, thank you. All right, okay, let's listen to him.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Being a guild president, you have an immense lobbying capacity. And one thing I would like to tell you, one way is that a guild can raise up funds is through partnerships. It's through partnerships. We can partner with our organizations. For example, we'll target, for example, like a health-related organizations. Often what they want is for you to promote their agenda. If it is about a health-related organization, if what they are promoting is health and HIV/AIDS creating awareness, for example, what I'm going to do as a guild president, I will organize debates in the campus to create awareness. I will organize online campaigns in the campus to promote awareness. And with that, I believe my guild can raise money when we don't have enough funds to run our activities.
Thank you so much. Pius?
First, the delay in student activities is not because the guild does not have money. We can only go and lobby if the guild does not money. But this is what happened. Money is released from the university bazaar, given to a particular office, which is supposed to implement. But what happened is, someone go and place this money.
Please, let's have order, please.
The body which is established to implement these activities. Someone pick your money, go and put it into a fixed account to gain interest. Now, what does it simply mean? As a guild president, we need to reform the process of releasing the money. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, moderator. We have often faced challenges. Listening all. All right, moderator, please.
All right, please have your time.
All right, thank you so much. We have often faced challenges whereby there are delays in funding of various activities. Let's take an example of a freshers' ball. But what structural change can we make? This is the ideal thing of it. If we are making requisitions, first of all, let them be early enough. Secondly, as we are following these requisitions, let us have copies of the certain requisitions that we have made. And let us engage the various offices day in, day out to ensure that this man is reaching time. Certain offices give excuses that these requisitions do not reach in time. But what have we done? That means let us follow up, but with documents of the various requisitions that we have submitted in. We have seen instances whereby you make a requisition, you got follow up, but they tell you that they cannot trace your requisition. But if you have a document of the requisition you've already made and it was early enough, why not the money come in time? Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, thank you. Let's hear from Dickens. Dickens, please. Go ahead. Please, the audience, please. All right, go ahead.
When the guild money delays, I am going to lobby for finance and funding from different institutions, from different stakeholders and partners to cater for affairs of the students. But the guild money is delaying because there is a block in the system. The system must be changed so that we can have a better guild. Besides lobbying, we must change the system because the money is already in the system. Why is it delaying? Yet it is the students' money to handle the affairs of the students. We are going to say no to the delaying money, and we are saying release our money in time. Let the student enjoy the time, the freshers bond, the cultural color, because they are paid for it. And that is the guild government we shall establish. We can enjoy.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, please, thank you. The audience, please, let's have some order. I'm going to give you all one final questions that require explanations, after which we'll take 2 rounds of quick questions and answers. But after this session. For now, we're going to have 2 minutes of uninterrupted session. 2 minutes strictly. Tell us when you're elected guild president of this institution, what would be your first priority? The number one thing that you will work on. The number one thing. And please use the time effectively. You have 2 minutes. And I'm going to start from Jerusalem.
What's the time?
2 minutes.
All right, thank you so much. One of the most pressing issues for the students of Gulu University is the harsh zero tuition policy. In my first days, what I'm going to do is establish a guild scholarship fund, one whereby we shall be able to solicit funds from the convocation. Gulu University has existed for over 22 years, and it has produced very many people within the community, the country, and outside the country. We have to bring them on board. Secondly, we have a number of well-wishers who wish to help us. Third, we also have to conduct activities as students. We have had dinners and we have funded them through, for example, runs. How about we have an annual tuition run? Fourth of it, we also do what we call car washes. We have seen these activities when we are having dinners. Let us also have a car wash, which shall help us increase money in the pocket. Then the last of it is, we have institutions within Gulu community. Various institutions, for example, banks, MTN Service Center, Airtel, and they have a corporate social responsibility. They give back to the community, and we're the community. We are the ones that contribute to their businesses. How about we tap into these opportunities so as a student can be able to sit for the exam? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hand the mic to Aziz, please. Aziz, you have 2 minutes. Aziz, not Pius. Aziz. The audience, please. Thank you. All right, can we have order now? Thank you. Okay, Aziz, 2 minutes. Just one. Top priority, number one thing you work on.
My number one priority, it is what I have been talking for a very long time. And guild leaders alike and the students, I've been telling them, the only way we can address the issue of tuition is by establishing a funding program. And I am grateful leaders even today are buying my idea. One of the ideas that I suggested even like 2 years ago, I said partnership. We can partner with stakeholders, like for example, others stated, like for example, a health-related organization. We create awareness on their behalf, and as such, they will give us the money, one. Two, I also suggested that we can have runs. I told you of the run that we had last year that was graced by Betty Awola Chan and the VC himself. That yielded money. And lastly, this is what I call the 1,000 letter campaign. We are going to write 1,000 letter to important individuals in Gulu here. I can give you for example, the Secretary General of NRM, Richard Tadwong, is from this region here. You cannot tell me if we write him a letter requesting for support to the students of Gulu University, he is not going to support us. I believe he is going to support us. And he is not the only important person in this region. I talked to Betty Awola Chan. There are very many of them. We can approach them and they will support the funding program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One of the things when they've elected me as the guild president, one, I need to build a strong relationship between the student leader and the administration of Gulu University. For you to believe that any services, you need to engage them and build a strong relationship between the administration and the student leaders, because that is one of the challenges that we have been facing. Then secondly, to ensure effective accountability and transparency, we need to establish a guild account. Because when we have a guild account, the money will be sent direct to the guild account. Then there will be no delay for the student services. So we are going to have effective service delivery of the student of Gulu University. So relationship has been broken. Fred Gizega is here to amplify your voice and build a strong relationship between student leader and the administration of Gulu University. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Please pass the mic.
A bird at hand is better than 10 birds in the bush. The guild already have a budget of 15 million for project. If I get into the office as the guild president, we are going to create what we call the Students Guild Support Fund. Using the 15 million. Now, this is how it's going to work. This is how it's going to work. During time for examination, students who have balance less than functional fee will apply to the guild through the academic minister. Then later, when your reasons are clear enough, the guild will give you money, you clear your tuitions, then later you pay back to the guild. Thank you. Thank you. Please call the house in order.
Okay, let's listen to Dickens, please. People in this corner, kindly.
Please, order.
Thank you so much.
Let's have order. A moment. Let's have order. Let's have order, please. Let us have order. Listen to me. I am the host. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm a student of language, so I know what I'm doing. So if you're going to give me answers based on a different definition, I'm not going to sit here and just hear you do it, okay? My question is clear. You can consult your dictionaries to understand those meanings for now. Please go ahead. Go ahead. If you want me to repeat the question, I can repeat that for you. I'm repeating this for the last time. And the rest of the candidates, you take notes as well. Describe a leadership failure you have experienced. I didn't say you have learned. A leadership experience, a leadership failure you have experienced. What did you learn and how will it shape your presidency? Please, you have 2 minutes.
The leadership failure that I've learned, this is an experience. is that listening. Because if you cannot listen, you cannot be a good leader.
Let's listen.
That is one of the things that I've learned in my life. That if you cannot listen, you will not be a good leader. That is one of the experience that I've learned in my life. What I think can be the best.
So you've been a leader who failed at listening. That's what you're saying.
No. Listen. I've learned that for you to be a good leader,
please, I'll pass the microphone over. The audience, please. We don't have all the time in the world. We set our rules, and you agree to the rules, remember? You only cheer for now at the end of the presentation, not before, please. We don't want to spend the night here. Aziz, did you get the question? Go ahead. Should I repeat? All right. Describe a leadership failure you have experienced. What did you learn, and how will it shape your presidency?
What? But never trust authority. Two, that I've learned from is that we should always never to trust authority. One, okay? Most times.
So as to move on,
Yes.
you're saying one of the failures you had throughout your career in leadership was trusting the authority.
I've always put trust in authority, but at the end of the day, the authorities always fail us. Okay? I can give you an example with Gulu University. Up to today, we are still struggling with the tuition crisis and the tuition question. Students are dropping out. Students are being given an unfair retake because we have to stand for ourselves. The destiny of the students of Gulu University, the pen to write their history, belongs in their hands, and we must claim that pen.
In a sentence, could you help me summarize that failure you talked about? In one sentence.
Thank you so much. The failure is my greatest experience in leadership is that when I was in A level.
Your leadership failure.
Yes, I'm telling you, I'm telling you that.
In a sentence.
Yes, in a sentence. When I was in A level, there are certain things that were advocated for from the administration, but they let us down, and those are issues that were pertinent to the students.
Pass the mic over.
The leadership failure is hardship to unite people with different ideas.
Where did that failure come from? When did you experience that failure? When did you experience that failure?
When I was the speaker in the school council Uganda.
Okay, go ahead. How will it shape your presidency? Please, audience, let's have some order. How will it shape your presidency?
It made me understand that as a leader you should seek first to understand before you understood.
Let's go.
All right, thank you so much. The leadership failure I've experienced is failure to have plan B as you're advocating for students' interests.
Answer the whole question.
And where did I experience this from? When I had just been elected as a GRC in the 24th Guild government, that was a moment when students were really pushed to the wall to register by 100%. We trusted that advocating alone would really produce results. I, as a GRC, together with my other colleagues, we reached out to various stakeholders, including the paramount chief of Gulu.
And how will that experience shape your presidency?
Yes, I'm coming, please.
All right, as you summarize.
I personally, I moved with Honorable Angeango and Abed Road. We advocated till the wall, but at the end, most colleagues were forced to withdraw. What did I learn from that? As you're advocating for students of Gulu University, have another plan B. In case advocating fails, what else can you do for the students of Gulu University?
The lion. Yes. the moderator. This is such a painful question where the leadership experience that I've faced the failure is when students.
Are you really, I think you're rephrasing my question in a different way. Describe a leadership failure you've experienced. What did you learn and how will it shape your presidency? That's the question.
It is when student gives you up.
I expect that to be in the past tense.
I am bringing.
Okay, describe the leadership experience, the leadership failure you've experienced.
Kindly allow me to tell you this.
Okay.
There are different ways of answering questions.
Go ahead.
One, the failure to carry the aspirations, the dreams of the students, where you are trusted with a lot of hope. Students trust you with a lot of tears, expecting you'll stand for them. And the failure comes in when the student become absent, away from when the students becomes present in their challenges and the leaders become absent to solve the challenges of students.
Well, where did that happen? Where did it happen from?
It happened from here. I must be open and clear that last year students were suffering here to run for tuition issues. I want to thank Mr. President. We were running with him everywhere there to ensure students sit exam.
All right, how will it shape your presidency?
Now, this is what I'm telling you. As we were running, there was a mayor of a certain district in Gulu, who was putting on the full combat of NRM, thinking that they are going to allow him sit exams. He was denied, but when we went, we bargained, and he was given chance to sit.
How will it shape your presidency?
It has shaped my presidency to know that if you're elected in an office, you must fight the interests of the electorate.
Thank you so much.
And ensure that their voices are listened to and understood.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
This is a test of leadership, yes? You're testing whether he has the ability to lead you basing on what he has done in the past. So let's allow him to.
Thank you so much. I have a lot of things, but I will just highlight on one. Last semester, some students were missing tuition. I was running everywhere there with the president. That's right. The president is...
Let's listen to him.
The president is here. He can bear us witness. And some people were given chance to say. Lastly, just this semester, one of our students got an accident. We airlifted him from Lacho. And but unfortunately, we lost him. We were there, we were trying to ensure that every student is counted. So, please give me chance.
You have 5 seconds left.
I am telling you
Okay.
that I have done a lot of things.
Thank you, Dickens.
I have allowed students to be heard.
Thank you so much, Dickens. You can pass the mic. So let's hear from Chimisime, right? He has been in the 24th guild. He has been in this guild that has just left, the 24th guild. So let's hear something. Maybe, can you tell us something you have done, okay? And you have been successful in it. That can give the students a reason to trust you again.
All right, thank you so much. A number of things we have done, but most importantly is one. I've been one of the 4 partners with the World Health Organization that have been championing the control of tobacco within tertiary institutions. Just yesterday, I was supposed to be in Namibia with a comrade from the Faculty of Education, from the Faculty of Education called Komaket Promise. As we are speaking at the moment, Komaket is Namibia representing Gulu University. Had it not been me being in the guild presidential race, right now was supposed to be in Namibia representing Gulu University. I believe with such an experience, I can be able to raise the flag of Gulu University high. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. So let's listen from Pius. Pius are.
When I was
Before that, I learned that you were once serving the students at the national level in Uganda National Students Association. So I want to know one of the things you did that can actually make the students entrust you again.
when I came the speaker for all secondary schools in Uganda, we realized that most of the students had issues on how to handle problem. So what we did, we extended debate to every district in Uganda. I was the tournament director for Gulu City Onsa debate. I went and trained teachers and patrons of Agago district for debate and Amuro district, and right now students are reasoning on how they can critically handle issues at hand. Thank you.
All right, let's hear from Aziz.
Thank you so much.
Hello. Hello. Let's give the energy for after, okay? Let's hear from him. That person with the whistle, please. Okay, yes, Aziz.
Thank you so much, moderator. How I wish if a question like that was going to be asked, we should have been asked to come with our certificate to verify. I can say that I'm something very big when I'm not. Okay? But what I can tell you, I've been a vibrant student. I might have not had the chance to travel in very big countries and stuff. But leadership does not care about your social status. What I can tell you, from S3, I was elected as the speaker. S5, I was once again elected as the speaker, as the chairman of the Writers Club, as the chairman of the Debaters Club. And I made sure I organized debates for students to participate in. And as a chairman of the Red Cross Society, I ensured whenever there are activities where students got injured, they are timely treated and taken care of. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, let's listen. This is another candidate that was in the 24th Guild government. Yes? Hello? Okay. All right. So, this is another candidate that was in the 24th Guild government. So let's hear from him what he did during his tenure as a member of the 24th Guild government that should allow you as students entrust him again in the next leadership.
Thank you so much, moderator. That's the good question. Leadership is result-oriented. I want to confirm from here. I had the privilege to serve in the 24th Guild government. I can officially tell that my performance within the Guild, one, I had a program. We developed an initiative called Guild Visit to Religious Institutions. When you go to all these churches, we have visited there, we have visited St. Paul. As the Guild president is here, can confirm. We went to St. Peter, we have visited. Colleagues,
let's listen to him.
One of the activities that we did, because as student leader, we need to participate in activities outside. Okot Fred Gidega requested for university bus, and students went to Mochini to participate in the national event, commemoration of Santana in the hood. Now, when I was the minister in the 24th Guild government, we launched anti-sexual harassment policy. The book is here. We launched anti-sexual harassment policy. We created awareness. Right now, as I'm talking, the students of Gulu University, they are aware of this policy. They know the procedure they can follow so that they take the step. Now, when they have given me a chance, I was a conductor. Now,
Alright.
if I'm a driver, we can now deliver the service that we need for the student of Gulu University.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So, we have had them. Yes? We have had them. And now it's up to you to actually vet and see, did they do what they say?